Yes.
Success.
Yes.
I think success.
Oh, yes.
Excellent.
Everything is going smoothly. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong.
No, nothing is wrong. No.
Glorious! No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend.
As Stained once sang, it's been a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I went 2 for 2. I like that fucking joke.
It's a good joke, but I'll have to follow up again. I don't think the second half of that lyric applies. I mean, did you ever know how I tasted?
Well.
And if you did, that's weird. Because I don't remember offering you a taste. Wow, not even 1 minute this time.
A delicious taste of the old...
It has been a while, hasn't it? It has been a little while.
It has been a little while. It's been a winter.
A whole winter.
Yeah, there has been a snow.
There have been a couple of snows, actually,
yes.
yeah.
Russia has invaded the UK with snow.
Yep. What was it called? The newspaper's called
East.
The Beast from the East. What a name for a storm.
And then there was the very brief and far less effective Pest from the West, because English weather media just likes rhyming couplets.
Yeah, I think they do. And they lack a certain, I don't know, creativity.
Yes.
The Pest from the West.
Yes. It's one of the few times when my wife has been able to say there's been a good 6 inches around.
Yep. There were many jokes the morning after the Beast from the... Because people had trouble getting into work because they received a good couple of inches in the night from the Beast from the East.
Did you find it troublesome attending your place of work?
Well, because I'm a clever person, I knew to listen to the weathermen and that the buses probably wouldn't be running in the morning. So I got up an extra, whatever it was, 15 minutes early and put on my walking shoes and walked to work.
Nice.
And so, nope, I got there just fine.
See, what I did was something far cleverer. Way back in October, I was like, I'm pretty sure it is going to snow for these 2 weeks. I'm going to book them off. Apart from this Tuesday and this Saturday, where it shall not snow, and the snow shall have melted. And lo, 'twas fine.
Ah, well, congratulations.
Fortuitousness farts upon my brow once more.
Indeed, yeah. Did you have the time booked off specifically for, apart from avoiding the snow, any other reasons?
Apart from my excellent foresight, I'd booked it off because on the Saturday, where I did not work, I was attending a stand-up comedy course.
Oh, for really?
So I am now a graduate of a stand-up comedy 2-day course.
I was going to say, you're picking this up quite a long way, and now you're raising expectations here.
Yeah, so, I mean, okay, it's not quite Harvard and Cambridge, but I'm thinking it's at least kind of Manchester, Met, Wolverhampton kind of level.
Yeah, and I mean, do any of those universities have a stand-up course?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
You don't find
nothing.
a graduate in comedy from Oxford, because unless, their world-famous Footlights Theatre counts as graduating.
Well, even then, they've just done a classics degree, so...
Yeah, just classics. Only the classics, plus a bit of comedy on the side.
Probably only managed a first. Lazy posh bastards.
Yeah. So how was the course? Did you enjoy it?
yes, it was quite an insight. There was a lot more... It was far less about anything like joke writing. It was more kind of how to be funny and forge a connection with people. And it was very interesting. So the first day was essentially tell us about yourself, but try and make it funny. And then it was kind of developing how you can turn things into humorous things by doing what is called a rant and rave, where you find something you feel really strongly about, positive or negative, and that tends to bring out the creative juices, and it'll, inspire you. There's humour in anger or joy.
Indeed, yeah.
And basically the second day was primarily going through each person, hearing their script for their 5-minute session. My script, which I was advised to make 3.5 pages long, by the time I was halfway through the second page, the leader was like, "Yeah, it's been 8 minutes. Are you nearly done?" So
No, mate.
No, you told me 3.5 pages. You're gonna fucking sit in here.
You're gonna sit in. Enjoy 3.5 pages worth.
Listen to it. But
At least
the second day was kind of then all about delivery and script editing. So you can't just kind of deliver lines straight. There's got to be ups and downs, peaks and valleys, and different inflections, because otherwise, someone like a Jack D can get away with doing a monotone kind of thing, or a
if that's the shtick.
Yeah.
If that's the point.
But a regular old comedian / comedian, they must dance with their words.
Advised for a bit more interaction.
Yes. Yes, very good. My set was the headliner, and therefore I am very funny.
Ooh.
So,
Top of the class.
Anyone who doesn't think that is the case, you are wrong. Me
provably so.
Headlining had nothing to do with the fact that I just did not put my hand up and say, "Can I not go last?" That absolutely nothing to do with that. Not a thingy dingy.
Not even a little bit. So does that mean you're going to start touring the clubs and the circuit scene and get your name out there as a stand-up comic?
Indeed, my goal is to do open microphones, where I take microphones apart and I analyse them for comedy purposes.
It's a new web series that's coming to YouTube soon.
Oh, look at this.
Open mic surgery.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I have also just signed up to something. I am pretty sure, like 50% I'm confident it's a scam. But someone posted something, tagged me in it on Facebook, where it is an 8-week comedy course resulting in a comedy gig, which is all delivered for free. However, the goal is to raise money for cancer research. And the idea is that at least part of your donations come from people buying tickets to go see the event.
Right, sure.
Now, it's linked me to the cancer research website. It's given me a Just Giving page, so potentially, this is why it's 50%. I'm pretty sure it's a scam. And the other 50% says, oh, maybe it is genuine. But
okay, but anybody could send you a link to the Cancer Research UK website.
Yeah.
It's probably just cancerresearchuk.co.uk.
I believe it is something like that, yeah.
So, that... okay.
The terms and conditions were very short, which means I did understand them. So,
which is another sign it might not be legitimate, because if you can understand the T's and C's, something weird going on there.
In the end, if I have to, I can change my name by Depot very cheaply, so, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see what your plan is.
Come see, come see. But we'll see what happens with that.
That's a weird name.
Yeah, that's it's what the communists call the C on either side of them. There's a Com-C and the Com-Sa.
Right.
Can you tell I did a 2-day stand-up comedy course?
I can tell.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, man, you the funniest.
You got the funny stuff going on there.
You got that jokes for days.
So you've signed up for this. When is your 8 week?
Yeah, I can't believe that's going to be an intensive thing. That is going to be like one day a
that's
week. Someone
gonna be
sends
like-
you a link to a YouTube video and says, "Yeah, watch this."
Yeah, an hour a week, isn't it? Probably something like that.
I don't know. I will be gotten in touch with at some point.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember if it was either the Just Giving page. The cancer research page did like specifically say, "Oh, thank you for signing up through." What was it called? Open mic?
Name of website.
Ultra Comedy. That also
Right.
sounds like a fucking right-wing comedy club. Ultra Comedy.
Ultra comedy.
How do you feel about Muslim jokes? Bad. Yeah, fuck off. No, we don't want your attack here.
Ultra comedy, bringing you the comedy the MSN wants to keep away from you.
No snowflakes allowed.
Yeah. No snowflakes allowed. That should be the poster.
But yeah, other than that, it was basically been comedy intensive, so I have since then just been working on revising my script.
Oh.
Because, again, when it came to the actual 5 minutes, I got about halfway through my first page, and that was over 5 minutes long. So, heavy editing has been happening.
So is this a case of you have too much material, or you're just delivering it really slowly, or...
Maybe too much material, but obviously part of it is planning for laughs. And it ended up getting laughs in areas I didn't expect it to get laughs, or delivered reactions I didn't expect, which I could then make laughs off of.
Yeah.
And therefore I naturally extended its runtime. There was also...
Naturally Extended Runtime is the name of our 7th album.
Yes! Yes! There was...
Oh dear. Sorry, carry on.
well,
I'm just really intrigued by
there
that
goes-
phrase
yeah.
of naturally extended runtime.
there goes my train of thought. Right off the rails. Oh, so many deaths.
You were talking about how much you've got too much material.
Yes, so part of my material related to wrestling, and everyone was just like, yeah, not the funniest. It's like, oh, yeah, that I figured it wouldn't be. We'll get rid of that bit. There was some attempted political stuff, which just didn't go down very well.
Often doesn't go well. No.
So I'm basically just sticking to.
From what I've seen of your
Yeah.
material, that would be accurate.
I am basically just sticking to tried, trusted dick jokes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Here are jokes about my penis. Please enjoy. Much like my penis, they are short.
Here it is. Here it is for your pleasure. Do with it as you will.
Yeah, that's been my life. And yeah, just attempting to find open mic nights in Leeds, which are all for bands or acoustic acts, and I sit there and get sad and go, oh, I'm just going to fester, and then I'll forget about doing this.
Yeah, not a. There is one which is more for spoken word. I think up at the Chemic.
The what? The Chemic?
Chemic, yeah.
I've never heard of this place. It sounds exceptionally hipster.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear you nodding.
Is or isn't? And maybe that's a conversation to have outside of the podcast. I don't know.
Oh my god, it's
Rather
so
than-
fucking hipster. Oh my god.
Rather than us having the conversation of, yeah, actually, there's a spoken word thing. You can just go there next Friday, and everybody will see you, and then suddenly we'll have real life fans. How good would that
Hooray.
be if we accidentally gave away your location and just fangirls turned up?
Yeah. Girls don't listen to this.
Fangirls is a gender neutral term.
I'm sorry, fangirls. Did you just assume their gender?
Did you just assume the gender of some fangirls? How dare you? In this day and age.
God damn it. God damn it.
So you've been pursuing avenues to further your career.
I've also just been getting melancholy at work. I believe there's always that point in somebody's work life where just something finally snaps in their brain and they just go, nope. Nope, that's it.
Isn't that every other day for you?
This was more of a proper epiphany.
Okay.
Because before it was like, oh, I really don't like being here, but I'm having a good laugh with people and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden,
Right.
like, Monday this week, I was just like, nope. I just can't tolerate anyone I'm around anymore.
Do you know, it's really funny. I was talking to somebody this week about you, actually. I was spreading dirty rumours.
Okay.
It's not true. I was talking about basically how I feel about not particularly enjoying my job, and how I mentioned other people who'd moved away to do other things.
Yeah.
You were one of them. And I said, he decided to go and do this job, which is customer service and customer relations over the phone and now over the internet. And I just put two and two together, and I don't know why he did that, because he can't stand people.
And now
he
talks to more people than he
humans.
ever did face to face.
Yeah. Like, currently, I might have to interact with a member of the public once a day if I'm unlucky in my current job, because my job is to manage the staff who are meant to be my barrier between the public and me. They are there to take all of the abuse, and I'm there to say, you're doing a really good job.
Well done.
But you
Keep
went
going,
into a
guys.
position where you voluntarily put yourself on the front line, and then you try to get other people to come and join you. That was the bit that got me. I'm like, he can't be recommending this.
My motives were purely financial.
Oh, I know, and I'm so glad that it's finally happened. That you've had that epiphany, which I knew you would, which is the money's not enough.
To be frank, I pretty much I enjoyed my training when I first got there.
That's because you're not talking to people.
Exactly. Within 2 weeks of doing the job, I was like, wow, I really don't like this, but
yeah,
I'm going to have to keep going. I've set myself a precedent that I need this money. And then what they did was kept paying me more money, which they will, again, keep doing in April because I've got quite a good raise. But what they will also do is keep making me serve more customers. So my bank balance may improve slightly, and my tolerance is just becoming ever so papyrus thin.
Paper papyrus.
That's like Duck Duck Goose that they played in ancient Egypt.
It's Duck Duck Goose for the ancient Egyptians, yeah.
Paper papyrus. Oh!
Off you go running. But if you run too fast, they kill you because you're a slave and you're only there to entertain them.
He's trying to escape. Catch him.
Hobble him, quick. See, yes to regular hours. Yes to knowing you're doing a 9 to 5. And
I wish
yes,
it
have
was
the
9 to
weekends off.
5.
I know, but this is the other thing. When you told me that you had to do, sometimes you had to work 6 days a week, I was like, I don't.
Well, the span is for 6 days a week. I never will work 6 days a week unless I did any overtime, which I do not do, because yes, I want money, but no, I do not want money that badly.
So you're going to make more money by doing open mic nights and stand-up comedy?
Shut up.
See, even for me, that seems like an odd path to be taking.
Listen, all right, if I don't do something like this is why I also do the podcast. If I did not have the
true.
outside hobby,
it's a way to vent certain angers.
Yes, I do not know if there would still be a job. Because I would turn to people I work with and just say, listen, I'm not joking anymore. Physically fuck off. Just fuck off. And that is...
Do you think there are other people in the office? Because I've had an office job. Fortunately, I didn't have to interact with members of the public, but I did have to suffer some
I believe the word was insufferable that you...
It was going to be, but then I realised I'd said suffer the insufferable. Yeah. I'm like, I can't do that. That's terrible grammar. My teacher would hate me. I had to suffer the insufferable pricks who were in the office. Do you think there are people who either they're oblivious to that fact that they're completely ruining people's lives, or that they actually enjoy what they do?
I believe management are the ones who enjoy it. I believe the low-level staff are the ones that are unaware that they are annoying.
Surely, no. They must have some realisation that everybody's in this crushing pit of despair, of grinding monotony. There must be some realisation of that.
It tends to be two things with the low-level staff. essentially they're self-centered. Everything is it's an imposition upon them. Everybody is in the same boat, but they are the ones who are victimized, and they're unable to see either the bigger picture or that it affects other people the same, and other people, such as myself, will just go, yeah, whatever, fine.
Deal. We're all in this together.
I'm still getting paid. Yeah, they might make me do this, but they are still paying me, and they're not making me do something worse. So, and I will never take the pay for granted, because if you were to do what I do in any other company, or if you were to start doing what I do now, you are not getting paid as much as I am. So, I'm gonna sit pretty and suck it up and hopefully vent some anger so I don't bring a gun into work and go full on postal.
Go full Americano. Well, I wish you luck with that.
Yes, thank you.
I really do. So you say you had an epiphany. Was this a moment of realization that...
I say epiphany because, I mean, that's normally quite a positive term, but I don't believe there is a negative version of an epiphany, is there? Epiphano?
I think that I think it's just a sudden realization, isn't it? I don't think it has... I mean, it has positive connotations, I suppose. But I think the term is quite neutral.
Worryingly, it's roughly the same time that I got it in previous job, working with yourself.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, I have a theory about this. Go on, Karen.
Okay. So yeah, it's about... How long have I been there? It's under 3 years. It's about 2.5 years. Mm-hmm. And that's the equivalent of maybe the 7-year itch in a job.
Yeah.
And the wall has come up. I have looked at the wall and I said, "Oh, the wall's a cunt." and
I don't want to go in or through this wall. I don't want to press on into that cunt.
I'm gonna.
Unusual for you to say such a thing.
What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna draw a dick on the wall and.
And I'll call it a day.
Yeah, that'll do me. Yeah, it was just, like I say, just a sudden realisation, I do not like where I am or the people around me either. Yeah. I mean, there are obviously people who I can very much tolerate and I do like, just the same as I was at previous job. But it is just that they are now outweighed by people who I think, piss taker.
So I was having a conversation with another friend recently about basically your length of tolerance or your attention span for a particular thing.
As in a human, or mine.
Well, as not yours personally, no. As in as a person, as an individual. Like, and I think that they vary in length from person to person.
I did wonder why you were talking about me so much.
Well, you're always on my mind.
Well, I'm always playing the podcast at work. Got to get those listens in somehow.
Got to get those views in somehow. This is the other one. I've been trying to sneak in song titles to the whole of this podcast, and that should be a game. See if people can pick up on them. Freebie there. You are always on my mind. Anyway, so for example, like a game or a book, you might play a game or read a book maybe for 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and then if the game doesn't go anywhere or if the book is not really holding your attention, you're probably going to put it down. And then I was talking about, I can't remember what I used the example for the midterm one. It's usually between 6 to 9 months, but that might be for say like a new project or something you want to get into. But then for big deal things, for me, the time limit span is about 3 years, and that's for things like living in a certain house or having a certain job or doing a certain thing long term. If I've managed to get past 6 or 9 months, I'll probably do up to 3 years, and that's when the next big block comes. And that's when it's not like an epiphany, it's not like a realization really. It's the point where you don't take the bullshit anymore, or you decide you're going to go in full time on it and actually deal with it. And I think it sounds like that's the kind of thing that happened to you, was you're like, because you always knew, that what was going on with this job. You always knew there were downsides.
Oh yeah.
But there comes a point where you go, I don't want to deal with those anymore.
it's that unfortunate catch-22 now, though, that I've become positioned where the money is a regular factor, and I am therefore living to my means. And so I could not lose that money.
It would be difficult to go to less money,
Yes.
to have fewer means.
Yes, we like many means. All the means.
The comforts of... The comfort... All the memes, did you say?
Spicy or no?
Fresh and tasty, I believe. See, my problem with... I know this about myself. That I look back at my life and I think, okay, I could do that for maybe about 2 years to 2 or 3 years, and then I felt like I had to move on, and I see these patterns in my own life, but I don't know what the next step is. Like, that was my problem about going to university, was I didn't know. When I knew that I was at the end of like one thing, I didn't know what the next step is. So I kind of get stuck in holding patterns sometimes. Yeah. Or I'll just be doing the same thing over and over. And then I get frustrated with myself about why am I not doing something different.
Yeah, I think, worryingly, again, similar to yourself there, because it's that thing, like, all you do is get educated up until 21. Yeah. And so you've got your, in my case, it was first school, middle school, and then upper school. I imagine for yourself, it's probably just primary and upper school. Would that be right?
Primary, secondary, sixth form.
Yeah. So technically I had first school, middle school, upper school, sixth form. Because some parts of Bradford are weird and had middle schools.
That is weird.
So that takes you up to 18, and then you're like, right, your options are college, university, job. And everybody says you don't want to get a job. Like, no, you need to go to university and you need to do this and that. And if you say that you're going to college, people are like, oh, do you not want to go to university? Do you not want to... Yeah.
Are you sure? It's a wonderful experience.
Yeah, that's right. They lie. Anybody asks me for like, oh, what do you think of uni? Horrible, don't do it. Do you want to get a science degree or a technical degree? No? Oh, don't you bother going to university.
I'm not sure if I agree with that. Not for the sake of the degree, but for the sake of the life.
I think it depends. University is what you want to get out of it.
That's a very good point.
I enjoyed what I did, and therefore I wanted to carry it on. And I did really enjoy getting to do what I did, and it did lead to me doing some very interesting things. However, the outcome of it has been a nil sum. I have, in terms of my life, working life anyway, I have gained nothing from university, really, because every single job I have had, university was a non-entity, a non-factor.
It wasn't even a factor. Yeah. Same for me. My degree has not led to me gaining employment in that field.
But I think that the skills I built up in university, the analytical skills, as I put in my personal profile, have probably helped me in getting jobs. And I don't know if everybody gets that out of university, though, because some people do just go, well, this is what I need to do.
Oh, yeah, some people definitely just piss it away.
And they go and they get drunk or whatever. And like my half-brother, he went to Northumbria University, started a law degree, didn't like where he lived, didn't like the course because it was too hard, amazing, and he just gave it up after a year, and that has cost him, how much is it's $9,000 a year now, isn't it?
$9,000 a year.
So that's just $9,000 up the Swanee, and he's now gone to do some kind of either biology or pharmacological degree now. Leeds John Beckett, Leeds Burger King sponsored university, King, whatever it's called.
It's changed its name like 3 or 4 times in the last 6 years, I think.
Ultimately, I believe that his motivation for doing that original course was, I need to go to university to do this because I want to be a lawyer and make lots of money. And he's not gone, studying to be a lawyer is really fucking hard.
It's a lot
Am
of
I
work.
up to this?
That's difficult.
And there is also that massive difference between A-level and university.
Oh, God.
That there is no, even first year of university, there is no preparation gap where they say, oh, you know, right, you're done with your A-level studies now. Just to like head you into the summer, this is nothing you have to do, but this is what university life would be like. This is what studying would be like.
Yeah.
And you just look at it and go, oh, wow.
I think a lot of people are completely unready for that
Yeah.
difference in style of teaching, learning.
Oh,
sorry.
so I can't use Wikipedia as a source in university. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And yes, that was a staple of my first courses in my first year.
It was for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, everybody, maybe don't use Wikipedia as a source. Putting it out there, read actual books. Okay.
Yeah, you can start at Wikipedia, but make sure you don't just use Wikipedia.
Heavy pinch of salt.
Yeah. So, all that to say, do you think you're going to be moving on into a different career, or are you staying where you are and focusing on extracurricular careers?
As things stand, extracurricular. However, I will monitor the internal job situation, and because I am, of course, in a financial institution, mayhaps I am quite appealing to other financial institutions, which
Ooh.
I found out give pretty good benefits, like 0.5% mortgages, and made me quite envious when I went into the place that I actually bank with. And they said, oh, you work for this place? And I said, yes. And I said, oh, there was a job posted there the other day. I was wondering, how much do you get paid? And I said, well, you can see my wage. Just
You can see my monthly income.
take a look at that and probably knock a couple of $100 off. And they looked at it like, oh, so it's about the same as here. What's it like on the phones? And I just went, oh, no, don't.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And they said, oh, what are the benefits? And I'm just like, what, what? I get some super cheap life insurance. If I pop my clogs, my wife will get 75 grand for a very reasonable price for me.
It's pretty good.
Other than that, I don't even. They get bloody free accounts, 0.5% mortgages. I get covered for death. It's like they know what's going to happen.
Yeah. And in the end, isn't that all you really need? To be covered in the event of your death?
Pretty much.
Well, this got a bit more naval gazing than I expected it to.
Definitely. I think it's quite introspective and therapeutic. This is just me getting some of the work,
Just getting some of the
animosity out.
I've had some time off recently to just kind of chill out in my home and not see or think about anybody at work. So I'm feeling quite zen about the whole thing right now. The fact is, I have to go back to work in about 2 days. So.
Oh, and that's going to be a weekend as well. You are going to come in and you are going to flip your fucking lid. You're not.
I'm not. I'm going to try and keep my chill for as long as I can. I'm going to maintain this groove. I'm going to be like super relaxed about everything. That's my plan anyway. I'll let you know next time how long it lasted.
I'll be able to tell when I see one of the windows caved in.
That might not even be me. Just judging by the state of the
Could be
place.
a member of staff, could be a member of the public.
Yeah. It could have just been a rogue pigeon.
Yeah.
You never know. Well, there you go.
Glorious. No, I won't give in till I'm victorious.